Okay, so apparently, according to the New York Post, and there's some kind of ad blocker, so I can't really access the New York Post on my computer because I need to go in and figure out how to undo an ad blocker, which I don't think I put on. But anyway, um, genuinely worried Meghan Markle has reached out to Kate Middleton through back channels, according to sources. This was in the New York Post 7 hours ago, because apparently there's some kind of movement on online whereby critics of Meghan, haters, Kate supporters, whatever you want to call them, have been calling out Meghan for not getting, having a press conference and informing her supporters or people online who are basically mocking Kate, some of whom may not even be her supporters, but anybody who is mocking Kate or having anything to say about Kate's fake photos that she sent to the international press, that Meghan has a responsibility to come out and to, through a press conference or through her representatives or whatever, to scold those people, get them to stop, and to fling her support behind Kate and get everybody to lay off Kate, because apparently Kate is in a very, very fragile state and she's stressed out about all of this attention that she's been getting, this negative attention, this negative press, and the online speculations about her health. And others are basically saying that Meghan has been bullying Kate. Meghan has herself specifically and personally has been bullying Kate, and that Kate is under pressure and she's in a very fragile state, and that Meghan needs to do something about it. What do I think about that? um what do I think about that? Well, I'm a little bit speechless, I'm not gonna lie, just because I don't know why I'm even speechless. um because the idea that Meghan is expected to give a press conference or issue a bulletin scolding people for bullying Kate is like I don't know what to say about it, because it's been 5 years. I mean, I think we're still all in it. It's ongoing. It hasn't stopped. The bullying of Meghan has not stopped. I mean, the negative press, this poor girl minding her business. If this whole thing with Kate didn't blow up, she'd just be quietly in her little abode, starting her website, doing all the things she has on her to-do list, which she told us she had a lot of things coming the last time she spoke. I've forgotten where that was. It was before she went to Whistler, Canada. She and Harry had had some kind of outing. It was after the New York car chase and before Whistler. She had another outing, and she told us she had a lot of things planned, and she's like, just you wait, I'm coming with many things. And we were also excited, and we were all waiting for her to come out of, her very long hiatus in Montecito and show us all her new projects. So I know she's had her projects in the mill for a long time, and it had nothing to do with Kate. And had Kate not fallen into the horse manure and the cow manure, the vache merde, as I like to call it, en français, Kate fell into the vache merde, like just a pit of vache merde, with all of the things going on in her life, and then she topped it all off with that fake photo, and suddenly it basically upended, Meghan's schedule, I guess. Nobody else's schedule has been upended. Everybody's out partying. People are in the royal family are in Bahrain, literally partying, private jet here, private jet there. They're having a ball of a time. And nobody's scrutinizing their activities, right? But this girl, who they all say should not even have her title. She should not be called the Duchess of Sussex. She should be just, excommunicated, which she's in exile back in Montecito. Her schedule should be upended, right? Now, because Kate fell into the cow manure. And not only that, but it is her personal responsibility to stop people from making fun of Kate online, Some of them because they are supporters of Meghan and they know that Meghan was treated horribly by the press and Kate remained silent, as did the entire royal family. And some of them because they don't give a crap about Kate or Meghan. They're just people who like to make fun of other people when they're down. So it's to me incredibly audacious on the part of these people to suggest that it is Meghan's responsibility to come out and to give a press conference or even a bulletin or a tweet or whatever asking people to lay off Kate, because in the past 5 years, and again, it's ongoing, people haven't stopped bullying Meghan. They have not stopped bullying Meghan to this moment that I'm speaking. And the notion that no one has ever come out to say a word except for her husband, God bless Harry, because you know what? Not every husband would have done that. A lot of men, they don't even understand this kind of stuff. You see, they don't understand it when it comes to their family versus their wife. They choose their family. They choose them. Sometimes their mother hates their wife, and a lot of them choose their mother, right? Or whatever. Right? Not every man would have seen his wife's position in this. Harry saw his wife's position in this, right? He didn't stand by and let people attack his wife. He didn't throw his own wife under the bus. If he had to take the blame for it, he took the blame for it for his wife, unlike, other people, right? So thank God for that. Meghan, you did good with Harry. You did good with Harry. I'm sure he has his faults. I'm sure he has his faults. He's a human being. But hang on to this man. He loves you, Meghan. And thank God for that, because that gave her the strength that she needed to move on with her life in spite of everything. But nobody else in that family ever once came to this girl's rescue. And they had the power to do it, because when you learn about the royal rota and how that works, and how much power the royal family wields with the royal rota, literally, they are in concert with each other. They have a symbiotic relationship with each other. They feed each other, right? And so they had the power to feed the royal rota the kind of information about Meghan that they wanted. So if they wanted the royal rota to spin a positive spin on Meghan, they would have fed them the kind of information that would have resulted in positive stories. Instead, the stories that you saw, the toxic, destructive stories, would have destroyed a weaker woman, especially one who did not have the support, the strong support of her husband. Thank God for Harry, right? Because he could have gone rogue and he could have gone against his wife with his family, and he didn't, right? Not one of those people came to this girl's rescue. Instead, they fed this girl to the wolves, as she told us in the Oprah interview. And at first, I was one of those who was saying that she should probably have not done that interview. But as time has gone on over the years and I have understood the context, I retract that 100%. It is right that she did that interview with Oprah. Thank God she did that interview with Oprah, because we needed the context to understand what was going on, right? Thank God she did that interview with Oprah, right? Not one of those people ever once said to stop. Instead, they continue to feed the royal rota. And the royal rota comprises not just the BBC, but also the tabloids like the Daily Mail. This is where they were getting their news from, the royal family. This is how it works. This is what the royal rota is. Not one came to Meghan's defense. Not one issued a tweet. Not one issued an Instagram post. Not one issued a short video on YouTube. Not one said anything in an interview that they happen to be having anytime, anywhere with anyone. Please leave Meghan alone. And the press also helped to perpetuate this, because now the press is trying to help perpetuate this message that it's Meghan's responsibility to intercede on Kate's behalf and call off these people from bothering Kate as she tries to recuperate from the humiliation of being caught fabricating images that was sent to the international press. Now, all of a sudden, Meghan, who is still being bullied to this day, and nobody in the royal family has yet to come to her rescue to this day, is expected to issue a bulletin condemning those who are bullying, quote unquote, Kate. Nobody's bullying Kate. Liz Smith, or whatever her name is, in the Daily Mail said as much. No one is bullying Kate. We just want to know where she is. Who's bullying Kate? What are you talking about? Who's bullying Kate? So you're saying to me that Kate is so fragile. It's interesting because, I try to be objective and I try to be fair and I try to be human. But I mean, this thing with Kate has been going on for about 6 weeks, 6 to 8 now. 6 weeks now. I would say 8 weeks, right? This thing with Kate has been going on for about 8 weeks. And already she's ready to break. She's so fragile after 8 weeks. Meghan, how long has this been going on? 5 years. You're talking about how many weeks is that, right? 52 weeks in a year, right? Times 5. 5 2s, 10. 5 5s, 25, and 126. So you're talking about 260 weeks that you've been going through bullying, and the royal family has remained completely silent. Kate has 8 weeks, and she's already fragile. So in other words, if the tables had been turned, and they did exactly the same thing to Kate that they did to Meghan, we'd have a completely different result. Because Kate can't handle 8 weeks of soft pressure. This is soft pressure. Nobody is calling for her to be dragged through the streets and pelted with feces, after all. Right? Nobody's making fun of her unborn children's skin color. Nobody's comparing her to a chimpanzee. Huh? No, nobody is dragging her family's, her mother and her father's problems through the mud, making her look like I don't even know what the word is with her family. Her sister Pippa is not out, selling her out for the highest bidder. Among other things that you did with this girl, attacking her mother, trying to make her mother look bad. Among other things that you did with this girl for 5 years and counting. And she withstood that without even a tweet from Kate. And now Kate has just 8 weeks of soft teasing about her BBL and, whatever, and the faked forged photographs. And you want Meghan to come to Kate's defense and throw herself in front of the internet and demand that they stop bothering Kate? When did the New York Post ever run an article telling people to leave Meghan alone? When did the Daily Beast do it? When did CNN do it? When did the BBC do it? When did the New York Times do it? When did New York Magazine do it? When did the Mirror do it? When did the Independent do it? When did the UK Standard do it? Right? When did any of these people ever once agreed with the internet to run articles about leaving Meghan alone? They are a part of the problem. In fact, I don't think they are a part of the problem. I think that they're 80% the press. The press is 80%. And even the press that pretends to be good press, there's no such thing. It's an oxymoron. They're all in this, right? And they spin what they want to spin. They cover what they want to cover. They say what they want to say. And that's what keeps this whole thing going. Because they didn't have to repeat any of this about, calls for Meghan to come to Kate's defense. But they do it because they want to keep pushing this story. And they are at the center of churning this kind of a system in the world where some people are persecuted and others are protected, right? Hypocrites, all of them. Increasingly, I'm having zero respect for the press. Trump was right.